earlier today.
Yes, but that was then, and this is now. As we get
and
going
we're
here,
underway.
Big Key and the Red Boomerang. Big Key to being to Skull Woods.
Not terribly useful, only really blocking one chest, but nice to be able to pick that up when you can get there. Dragonmaster going straight for the Houlihan room, looks like.
Yep.
Never know when you're going to find those flippers, and this easy Houlihan spot is going to be taken away from you.
And only hearts from the tree pole. And thank you to Clifford here, who is fixing our links for you guys. Should have no issues there.
Dragonmaster actually making use of the caveless Houlihan strat there. If you don't go south enough, like if you stay close enough to the graveyard wall there along the south side as you're heading towards the spot, you can actually do the Houlihan trick without having to go in and out of that cave first, which saves you a couple screen transitions in a few seconds.
Yeah, I still like doing the cave strat because it is 100% consistent and you'll never fail it.
I've been meaning to practice it without it, but
I still go for the cave, even though it's might be a bit slower.
Yeah, never know if you get bumped by the enemy or something too. You think you might have it, and then you'll waste time or something. Or...
I just go for consistency's sake. And we see Dragonmaster going south. Finalflame's gonna check north side of Kakariko. Crabtree, not that great.
Not checking any of the higher level tree pull prize packs there either while we have the chance, unfortunately.
And ooh, we have a small key at Lumberjack Cave rather.
You only need only about half of the small keys in the game are required, so it could not be that bad being a small key. The big key would be a lot more of an issue. There's only 2 or 3 of those you can get away with not collecting.
Oh, more depending on if what dungeon they belong to.
That too.
There's a small key at the library as well. So Aga could be in play here. We'll see. There's a heart container for Finalflame. And some bomb boosters here. And Finalflame will be burning Kakariko from the other end, so to speak. And Dragonmaster buying bombs. And gotta go check the chicken house.
Meanwhile, Finalflame's going to be digging up Thieves Town, or what's it called? Thieves Hideout.
Blind Hut.
Blind's Hut, that's the one.
And 20 rubies at Chicken Hut. 50 at Blinds, along with a map to Tower Hera, so we'll know if that is a pendant or crystal. And you also get the small key to Hyrule Castle. Actually useful! And a small key to the rock. And I say it's useful because we found it early. Before they've done their escape check. And there's a small key to Ganon's Tower.
Even still, that's only useful if they're going to brave the dark room, unless they find the lamp early too here.
Yeah. Bomb booster found, along with the compass. But it's just a desert, so it doesn't really matter. Fire Rod! Hammer! 20 rubies. Almost!
Oh yeah, I was almost ready for that really hype well there.
Yeah. It kind of ended on a flat note.
But still, Fire Rod and Hammer, that's a...
That's both their primary damage for the start of this seed.
Yep, good couple weapons to have.
Now, unfortunately, they don't have that much magic to work the Fire Rod, but the hammer does temper damage.
They'll find magic. They don't necessarily need the Fire Rod right away since they have the hammer.
Piece of heart from the bottle merchant. And I think that covers all of Kakariko, so these guys are just gonna check the remaining checks they have to do from north and south. And oh, not quite with the chicken clip. So, something I like to do personally whenever I do the Houlihan strat is I tend to buy bombs at the lakeside shop, and then I ignore Kakariko and instead go to Sarasala. It is a bit of a risk because there's a lot more items over in Kakariko, but I start by getting the information from Sarasala where the green pendant is. So that little extra
Yeah,
information.
it's not a bad play. I've made similar ones. Usually after the Houlihan when I get dumped out of there. If I don't have bombs already from, like I usually start with Uncle and then go to Houlihan. If I don't have bombs from that and the tree pole, then yeah, going over to the Hylia shop there, dipping into the water to see what's on the island, and doing Sahasrala is not a bad play. You could also go into Eastern too if you want to get those first 3 chests.
Yeah, and it's not that bad if you do. Most of the items you can get there about in the fight. Seems though that neither runner's gonna be heading towards Kakariko anytime soon, although Finalflame is still finishing up their Kakariko's check.
Dragonmaster headed for side escape and possibly the rest of Zelda escape.
I mean, they have weapons. It makes sense to go down that way.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Finalflame is going to check their stun prize. Stun prize is 4 bombs. Not bad.
That's handy. Good place to find bombs. You'll be able to get those at any time you need them if you need them.
Yeah. So they're going to start by checking South Shore. Good handful of items this way as well.
Dragonmaster almost brought his side. No, what's he going back for here? Oh, more magic.
Yeah, he's filling up. Because you only have 8 shots of the fire rod with a full bar.
It's not a bad spot to farm.
Also checking the tier 4 pull by killing the 4 guards without taking a hit. And that's blue mail in the water there. And 20 rubies inside the dam. So Finalflame gonna have a nice little thing to help him get over to Ice Rod Cave here.
Let's see what mini Moldorm Cave has for us.
Well, we know where Sankard is now, at least. It's in the first guard checkpoint. And there's an 8 bomb package. Hopefully, Finalflame can get that real quick.
Well, I think his cap is only 10. Oh, maybe it's 15. He could have used that. Not so much anymore. Oh, now he could still use it.
Yeah, and
all of a sudden his bomb capacity goes up.
Yeah, and he found the shovel as well.
Oh, just missed it. I was like 2 frames off.
Moon Pearl on Dragonmaster. Finding that at the guard checkpoint number 2, as I like to call it.
It's a good name for those chest guard checkpoints. I just call them, chest number 1, 2, and 3 going down into escape.
Well, each guard has a key, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are. Each chest is basically guarded by a guard.
And they're more or less checkpoints because you need those keys in order to get past. Setting up for the Death Warp here. Power Glove. That's Darkwold access.
Yeah, with the hammer. Yep. And the Moon Pearl.
That is a 10-minute Darkwold for Dragonmaster.
Sub 10. It was like 9:30.
Finalflame's gonna go check the shovel real quick.
Not a bad one to get out of the way when you can. It's one of those ones that you know, if you put it off too long, you may wind up forgetting you even have it.
Yeah, I'm still expecting a single island troll somewhere down the line, though. And
Baby shield.
Sonic has that shield finally. And not a good pattern on the ropes here for Dragonmaster. Does have to take a few unnecessary hits. Find some bombs. Interesting. Choosing not to use the key, but they have the glove. They can go from the north side.
I'm not sure actually which would be faster here. I think it'd probably be quicker to keep going through the sewers, but
You'd have to fumble around.
Not by much.
Well, taking into account you have to fumble around in the dark with no pretty good way to
Yeah,
see.
true. Well, I mean, those last couple dark rooms aren't too bad.
Finding the rat in the dark.
Oh, right, yeah, there's that rat room. Never mind, yeah.
Finally figuring out the sand cart, though they don't know it. The most useless of the useless, Ganon's Tower Compass.
Yep, pretty much nothing in back escape there.
And Finalflame with their Moon Pearl. And we haven't not seen a map check yet, so we don't know what pendant or crystal hair is, but we do have the map for it.
Well, it's not like they can even get to Hera right now, so...
Well, that's true,
Wait,
but
yeah.
I would still... But knowing that you have to go up there is another thing entirely.
Maybe they're saving it for if they get another map or something and get, you know, not have to check the map screen twice kind of thing. Because, I mean, there is real no point in knowing Hera yet if you can't access it at all yet.
That's right, and we're seeing Finalflame starting their trip to Darkworld will most likely go into the cave formerly known as Hype.
It's been increasingly hype the last update.
Oh, Keysanity in general just makes it has a little bit more value, but
That's
in
true.
open it's not that great. And a small key to Dark Palace, one of the 6. Inside we also find a small key to Meyer, 20. Hero booster, 5 rupees, completely dud.
Yep, not a whole lot.
Well, except for the
Dark Palace key kind of important, but
yeah, but overall not that hype. Now is Finalflame going to talk to the bomb shop here? It looks like he is. This is actually a good move.
yeah, it's a lot of people have caught on. This is a good play to be making as soon as you can because that knowledge is very useful.
Ice and Dark are our 5/6 in that order. Ice is it's Vanilla 5 and Dark Palace is our 6 Crystal 6.
How much more vanilla are we gonna get in the seed? Because that's the trolliest stuff. Is when stuff's in its original dungeons or even original locations.
Well, meanwhile, Finalflame is routing over to Stumpy. You can go over this way with just the Power Glove. Gets a bomb booster for it. I think that was the +10. is continuing their route over to check the digging game. Meanwhile, Dragonmaster has now entered Dark World. Ironically, second. Oh wow, this is a 25 days before the flute. That's why I wasn't doing any commentary. I was actually keeping count in my head.
Yeah, making your work for that flute. That
Yeah,
was the end of his run there, though, so he does save and quit out of there. He's probably going straight to activate that flute.
And can't get the Hera yet, but we know that it's gonna pay out in the end. Well, folks, you know what time it is here, so get them ready. It is time to say hello to our good friend, the Swag Duck. And Dragonmaster dropping a bomb at Stumpy. How rude. But the Duck is loose for Finalflame. Let's see where he takes it. If I were him, I'd probably go to 6, check the desert area a little bit. Agonist Cave. No, he's gonna route to Village of Outcasts instead. This is also fine play. And there's the food for Dragonmaster.
Not heading straight into Skullwoods. Guess he's a little bit worried about his health count there. Only 5 hearts is kind of low.
Yeah, 5 heart blue mail. Not exactly the best. Can at least check around the first few chests, though. And we have B-Torp.
I get the play too. Considering that he's got everything he needs to be able to full clear it, it makes sense not wanting to go in there until you're ready to do it. Just do it all at once. You can check these first 4 in Thieves, though, looks like.
Yes, and I want to remind everyone that this is Keysanity. That is one other change they made, is that the music is shuffled. And there is a sword for Finalflame. That is huge. But yes, getting back to the music being shuffled. I'm not sure. We don't have Finalflame's music. We have Dragonmaster's audio. But the music is not a reliable tell to if a dungeon is a pendant or a crystal in Keysanity. You will need to confirm elsewhere. And Dragonmaster is going up the mountain and is going to rescue his doppelganger.
Old man meet old man.
And there's the big heated desert.
Still no way to get into desert, though.
Oh, that's right! Well, that brings up a good point. We did not have a sword to go fight Mothfield with.
Oh, yeah, that too.
We needed there's a curtain we have to cut, or vines in this case.
Yep, got to be able to cut those vines, so... Yeah, good reason you didn't go in there. Although, five hearts is reason enough to not go into...
Oh, hello! Old man gave a hand-me-down, but that is an important item.
Yeah. Keen's pretty important. Although we did see a seed that was, it is possible for it to not be required.
The chances of that are slim to none. Map of Thieves Town, so Finalflame can double check to see if that dungeon is required. And that's a big key on Spectacle Rock. And I didn't...
I think it was a piece of heart. I saw just the bottom couple pixels, but it looked like that pointy bottom end, so...
Alright, I'll take your word for it. Single Ruby and Sea House, unfortunately.
Oh, Finalflame found a sword. I missed that.
Yeah, Finalflame found the sword in the first chest of Thieves' Den. I mentioned
Oh,
that.
okay. In one ear and out the other, I guess.
That happens sometimes.
What's on Bumper Ledge? A small key.
That could be important as well. There's a lot of these single item checks. So Dragonmaster is heading back to Darkworld. He's gonna go back to the Village of Outcasts. Finalflame, where are you going, sir? Or sir, what up? Words.
Finalflame picking up a blue goo. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, blue potion's not that bad of an idea. Speaking of potions, though, he just remembered he had a bottle. We haven't checked Sick Kid yet. What's he got for us today?
The Arrow of Destiny.
The single arrow. And we've seen the Skullwoods play from Dragonmaster. And there's the cape. And that's just a big 20 there.
We'll see how soon he goes and checks that bumper cave then. He's in Skullwood, so it's actually fairly close by.
That's right there is always a small key. Otherwise, you'd be locked in this room when you fall down the pit. Big key to Meyer. That should be a good item to find. Although they'll still need the medallion and the glove upgrade.
Yeah, we're still a ways off from Mar. We need the Mirror, Titan's Mitt, and whatever medallion. And a hook shot or boots to get across the entrance.
And Dragonmaster's checking the big chest. There's our Titan's Mitt!
Speak of the devil.
Commentator's Blessing?
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
So imagine how much time Finalflame would have saved if he picked up those Titan's Mitts right away when he first entered Darkworld.
Yeah, the Skullwood's dip might have been a good play after all, even without the sword.
And this is also a good dip because with the Cane Samaria...
Yeah, with the cane, that's a lot easier. Not having to push that statue around that room can eat up quite a bit of time.
Old man Gary dying here. Gonna take a death for it, it looks like. Finalflame missing their bomb jump.
That one should be good. There we go. Ooh. Be careful, yeah, you better go back inside and die, get your health back.
Yeah.
You step outside and that little squid thing jumps like right at you. Sometimes it's unavoidable if you forget about him. You just step like straight out.
And
Oh,
unfortunately, Dragonmaster gets hit by the bird. Why didn't he use the cave to circumvent it?
he didn't have it out yet, and even still, like, there's a bit of an, or no, I guess it's just after you switch to it. There's a bit of a period before you can actually use it. So, unless he already had it out, he probably wouldn't have been able to avoid that.
Didn't have it out at all. I'm seeing just how much of a time save that cape is. Or that cane is, rather. Finalflame having to push the statue and...
Making use of the boomerang, though, to stun those Gibdos while he moved it around. That's one way of handling those guys.
Although I probably would have just hit them with the,
Fire Rod, yeah.
yeah. You got the issue of them trying
Waiting for the Wall Master to get him out so he doesn't have to deal with those Gibdos in his way.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
But he is heading straight to the back. He does have his sword, so he's going to go clear Mothula out here.
6 hearts with Mothula, although 3 right now. It's not like great. There's the map to Thieves Town. No maps have been checked yet, which is very interesting here.
He did grab a blue potion, though, so he does have that if he needs it.
Yeah, Finalflame will be okay. If he remembers he has it.
Yeah, that requires actually using it. It's not like having a fairy, which at this point would full restore him, but...
Doesn't have the button to get it. And Frog World Tour. There's the bow in the back of Skull Woods.
Ooh, opting not to go through with the Mothula fight, though. He saved and quits out.
I mean, probably doesn't feel comfortable with it with his health total, and I do not
Yeah,
blame him.
I don't blame him. Even with a potion as backup, 6 hearts is not a lot.
Especially with the spikes that do 1 heart of damage regardless.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even if you have red mail going into Mothula, it can still be dangerous if you don't have the actual heart containers to be able to take a few hits from the spikes. Because those do a whole heart regardless of the mail you have.
And Hammerpeg's paying out, literally, getting him 300 rupees for Dragonmaster.
There's Zora and Kiki money.
Yeah, with 800 rupees, he can buy everything else in the seed. He's good on money for the remainder.
Ooh, come to think of it, Finalflame spent some money on potions, and we haven't seen Zora from him yet, so he's got to find some whole bunch of money here.
Yeah, Houlihan is still an option for Finalflame.
It's true. I guess that is where Dragonmaster got half of the cash, or well, not half of it, but
You got a fair amount of it.
a good chunk. Oh, he can't take Jeremiah with him into the cave, so he's got to return him first.
And Finalflame unfortunately dies trying to check Meyer region.
That's not too bad of a time loss. You can get back to Meyer pretty quick.
Yeah, but that bird is still kind of annoying.
A little bit. I'd be more annoyed with what just happened on Dragonmaster's side, because making that trek back up to Bumper Cave is a bit of a trek.
Yeah, unfortunately. And Finalflame has defeated the bird this time.
Myra's Quake.
Alright. So we need that wavy coin. 20 rupees here. Small key on the left. It's a Dark Palace and a big heart on the right. So we're seeing Finalflame going over to do Houlihan now. Realizes that Zora might be on the logic.
Yeah, he's gone a long time without getting a significant amount of money, so. Well, not an insignificant amount. He did have enough to buy that blue potion after all, but.
Houlihan gives you 225 rupees, so pretty good amount. Now, if I were Finalflame and I'm getting money for Zora, I would go into Eastern because there's another room with 75 rupees in the back.
Yeah, a lot of people forget about that room. It's a nice extra chunk of change when you need it.
And he's heading that direction. Dragonmaster is leaving the chest behind. This time he knew what he was doing. What is our green pendant? Let's finally get some information here. It's an Easter! Small key to Thieves Down. The Ice Rod. And a small key to Swamp!
Two very important small keys.
And there's one in Mire.
And yeah, a key to Mire, not so important on the ledge.
Well, it can be a little bit important.
It saves you a bit of time, but you don't need any keys to be able to full clear Mire. I think the logic expects you to have one or two keys at least.
It expects you to have all 3 keys for left side to have anything important. And we found 2 of them, so...
Yeah, could very well be a thing.
Now, I will freely admit, I do not know all of the nuances in the logic.
Neither do I. I just kind of ignore the small keys for Mire, and if I've got the big key, let's go.
Finalflame is that's where the old man looks like.
Big key in Gary's lunchbox. To
Here's
Eastern.
Well, we know where we're going.
Yep.
No, actually, we're not going there. We're going to Desert first. Desert Ledge has bombs.
Checking Nagina's cave.
Yeah, as you can see, it's the way to go.
I usually get this desert area check-in a lot earlier, but...
I tend to do it when I have Flute. Because I Flute to 6, get this, Flute to 7, do the rest of South Shore as normal.
Yeah, it's a pretty good route.
Bombing,
I don't know. It's just I've seen enough. I like that desert ledge information too. Just makes me know how badly I need to get into desert sometimes.
And it's a full heart actually.
Oh.
Synchronized Flute usage, nice.
To the same location even.
Except Dragonmaster is going to the Mire, whereas Finalflame is going to do these Agony check themselves.
That was an interesting strat to deal with that Murder-Dactyl. Samaria block.
To block him from getting anywhere near him.
Nothing important in the Mire Shed.
No, it's not. I think... And just for test, it is quick for Mire. The medallion required for all the dungeons is randomized in this randomizer. For all we know, Quake can be required for both dungeons. Or it can be Bombos required for Turtle Rock. No one's gone up that way to check. And actually, they don't have the means to. So, never mind. Dragonmaster finally going to check Sir Hasla. We'll see if this is important.
We just saw this on Finalflame Saturday. It had 2 small keys
Oh,
in this
well, let me rephrase that then. Let's see if they go to Eastern and find some items there.
Oh, I'm sure he's going into Eastern now that he's got the big key. Oh wait, he doesn't have the bow though.
Yeah, the bow was in the fire rod locked area of Skull Woods. Still, he might dip it for the first few items. Can get 4. 5 if they do dark room navigation. So here we go with our first look into Eastern Palace's entire race. First chest inside is a piece of art.
Is Finalflame going to pod?
That'd be a risk.
He's only got 1 key.
Probably wants to check that first chest. Although he can check a few more.
He can get around the right side with the hammer and bow.
And
that 1 key will open up the door to the back, which will get him the Harmless Hellway, that 1 turtle room,
no,
and the 2 underside rooms.
not the Harmless Hellway.
Or, yeah, no, sorry, not the Harmless Hellway. Yeah, right. The room before the Harmless Hellway there, and the 2 underside rooms.
Yeah, Harmless Hellway will require another key.
Yeah. But who knows, we may find a vanilla pod key, which happens. They could also get that lower basement key, so that's 7 chests he can get at right now?
Yeah, about half the chest in here. So it's a somewhat safe dip. We should see if it pays out, though. We did see Dark Room navigation on Dragonmaster finding the map to Mire. That's actually kind of important. We'll know if Quake is required for Mire, and if Mire is required at all. I'd like to point out, once again, we've had several maps we found, but none of them have been checked.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing a single map check on either side yet, Light or Dark World.
I'll probably see one in the Dark World here in a little bit. And I looked down just as the final play with that first. There's half magic though.
It was just a big 20 in the first one there. So yeah, half magic, not a bad find, but that's all we've got for now.
Yeah, the other thing we're looking for is the. Alright, so if they're being sent this way, that means they're looking for progression. Dragonmaster does not have a sword or a bow. And Finalflame is not using their key. Very wise. Finds the mirror.
That's a good find. And he's gonna go check the 3 he can get at in the back here.
Smart. Only one is in logic at this point, though.
True, they do not have the lamp. Although they have fire rod and there are torches in the room. Does that not count?
That does not
Master
count.
sword.
Master sword found as well. Very nice. There's Quake in the basement.
Interesting.
I'm not sure how many. Finding the map to swamp in the dark. And on the other side, we have 20
Big 20.
rupees. And Finalflame's leaving Quake Medallion alone.
Yeah, oh no,
Wait.
he might remember. Yeah, he's gonna have to go through the side basement again, but
That is Dragonmaster's first sword. None of them is in logic. Back requires 3 keys. Interesting. But Quake does not require that, it looks like. So Quake is in logic, I think.
yeah, I guess with only 1 key to logic, would have expected them to open that front door, and yeah, they could get at that basement one there. So, and the mirror. So Quake and mirror were in play here. Oh, and we're gonna get a hammer up. Dragon Master is probably gonna check those 2 dark room chests. Not a bad play, but again, out of sequence.
That is a risk, though.
Well, we'll see what he finds. I mean, it's not a risk as far as getting them out of the way now, but we'll have to jump back across to get at the hammer. Or the, oh, just money.
That's a lot of money.
Not the hammer, but the big chest, you know what I mean.
And finally, we'll be getting Quake before they leave. So now
What did
they
he get?
might have been an arrow booster or a bomb booster. We don't know.
Yeah, it didn't look like anything on the menu screen there. Unless it was another bottle? I saw he had a B bottle there. I don't think we'd seen one of those yet.
B bottle was the or prize, if you recall, from the chess game.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
They both have a Castle Tower small key? When did that show up?
That's the Ganon Tower big key. Or small key.
Yeah, that was Ganon Tower, not Aga Tower. Our Reacher and Test Tower is confusing the Aga Tower with the Hyrule Castle Def keys. Yeah, it'll say a key to Castle Tower if it's an Aga key.
Yeah, Hyrule Castle and Castle Tower are the distinction between Castle Tower is Aga Tower. Hyrule Castle is the one for the basement.
And Dragonmaster is doing something kind of unique.
Oh, we're gonna see what's in this Agatara chest. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna see what's in the first chest here. And there is the vanilla rang, or Luberang. Now, Finalflame doesn't have the big key. Where was that again?
I wish I could remember. I should have been filling out my location tracker sheet.
Oh, there's just another bottle here. Ah, yes, the purple chest.
Right. Yeah, Gary's lunchbox. It could be a while until Finalflame does that. That's one of those locations that kind of get put off sometimes. I don't think has he done the rest of that area there, the Smithy and Hammer Pigs.
Finalflame is not, but Dragonmaster is in the full route.
Okay, so he's got reason to get to that area. Then he will hopefully get that sooner than later. But yeah, both of these guys are doing a double dip on Eastern Palace when they didn't have to.
Well, do you really care to do a double dip on Eastern Palace? It's not that big of a dungeon.
No, but I mean, it's always nice that loop that you have to do to get around through Eastern Palace to get to that backside is kind of a pain. When if you had both the items, the big key and the bow, you could have just, after getting that fourth chest or fourth chest after the dark room, you could have gone straight in.
But Armos isn't in sequence anyway. And even then, would you rather? Do you want to fight Armos right now?
Yeah, they don't have the lamp. Yeah, that's true. Even it's not that hard of a dark room, but
you know what isn't that hard to check though? The map. Crystals at Thieves Town, Swamp, and Mire. All three of them are required, but they are not our 5-6.
Well, and we know where those two are, so that's 5 of our 6 crystals.
5 or 7 crystals. And the biggie to Thieves Town's on Special Rock.
Oh, apparently you have knowledge that hair is a crystal too, so it's down to desert and turtle rock and swamp. Two of those are our pendants. One of them's the crystal.
No, we know swamp's a crystal as well.
Or what did I say? Desert. Skullwoods. Skullwoods. That was the third one. Skullwoods and swamp. Of course, I mixed those two up.
They are in order down there.
Finalflame heading across the mountain. We might see what the medallion is to get into Turtle Rock. I think you can get that.
Yeah, you can also get all of the chests here on the Paradox side.
Yeah, 7 chests in Paradox, 1 in Spiral.
There was a map check there. And there was not a map. There was a map check for Desert, I think, as well. Didn't we have the map for Desert?
I don't know.
I'm sure Walter caught it. And will inform us momentarily. Spiral Cave has the piece of heart. And Dragonmaster is dipping Hera. Not a bad play.
Yeah, these first 2 items here don't take a lot of time at all.
50 rubies is the first time, though. Although I think Finalflame already checked that one. I'm just a little out of sorts here. Nothing but money. Both runners now have access to Zora. Although Dragonmaster's already paid Zora, and we know it's nothing good. And Walter did not see anything in DP, so I must have been tricked by my eyes. Small key to Turtle Rock, and 5 rupees there. Dragonmaster is checking Turtle Rock for us. We'll know what medallion it is.
Just 3 bombs on the floating island, by the way.
Not required. Good to know. And for Turtle Rock today, it also requires Quake. They have access. And there's flippers!
And something with a text box that I missed because of lag.
Bombos. And there was a compass as well.
Compass, okay, yeah.
So unfortunately, Dragon Master did not have enough magic to pop open Turtle Rock.
Yeah, he wanted to. He was looking at it. But... That's okay. There's magic right here.
Oh, 10 arrows. And the mushroom.
And they've got the flute, so that'll be a quick, easy check, probably as soon as they're done here.
Actually, I think they'll save it.
Oh, yes. They can fake powder with that right now.
That's correct. And it would not be a bad check. It'll be a little bit tougher on Finalflame, who has the half magic. And actually, with the hammer, never mind. I was about to say we can go clear Turtle Rock, but we don't have. We're missing a thing. We are missing the big key to Turtle Rock.
And a few small keys still.
Uh,
Finalflame has 3.
Yeah.
Dragon Master's only got 1. He's the one opening the door.
Well, Finalflame will be right behind him. And neither runner can do Hookshot Cave, so they're hoping for some progression here. And I seem to have lost my feed.
Yeah, I was just switching over to the ALTTPR2 feed here, and just missed what Dragon Master got in that first chest, so...
Yeah, folks, we're gonna... Death Star is gonna most likely be back on. We're gonna get that feed up. It seems Mixer's just reset. Should be back up in a moment. So we apologize if we're missing anything here, folks.
Dragon Master getting through the east side torture room here.
Mushroom was checked. It was a heart piece, so Finalflame did not do the fake powder.
Yeah.
Hook shot and a heart piece. In Turtle Rock. That is important. That is super important. And you know why, X-Rock?
Why is that?
Because we now found the hook shot, combined with finding the flippers from Finalflame.
Ooh, Swamp.
Swamp House is now open. And we have the small key to Swamp.
Yeah, we did find that key early. Right next to the Thieves Town small key.
This is the last chest Dragon Master can check here as well. So, will it be anything important? Has to have the chain chomps. These things can hurt. Just another piece of heart. Finalflame, though, is checking Thieves Town and does have all the keys, so we'll do a full clear of the remaining parts of this dungeon.
Yeah, doesn't take much to be able to full clear Thieves Town, so as soon as you got the keys, you might as well do it.
And with the hookshot, we're going to also see what Hookshot Cave has. Just a compass. No, nothing useful there. Big 20. Small key to Castle Tower. And a piece of heart.
So he's still got East Dark Death Mountain here to check. He'll find his flippers here. Dragonmaster might head into Swamp fairly soon.
Yeah, Finalflame is gonna be over. Finalflame gets that hook shot.
Yeah, actually, come to think, it might be an intended double dip. They might have wanted you to come in there and get that hook shot.
Oh,
'Cause
actually, well, it depends if it'll depend if Swamp, the backside of Swamp has the Turtle Rock Big Key.
yeah, I guess that does depend on where they find the well, and a small key to Turtle Rock. Because if there is a small key to Turtle Rock somewhere in Swamp that they would have required, like the logic requires that you find all four Turtle Rock keys if it's supposed to be clearable.
Yeah, but they can just skip the middle chest. Alright, time for the big chest in Thieves Town. This controls some people, they don't leave it behind. Today is just 20 rupees. And there's the compass to Eastern. So both runners got quite a lot on them. And actually combined with their items combined, we have an item go mode actually. Although with that is considering if you're okay with doing Master Silverless Ganon.
Yeah, technically clearable, but more gear would be nice.
Yeah, because Dragon Master's missing the bow and the second sword. Whereas Finalflame is missing the hook shot.
Oh, Dragon Master burning his magic off. We're gonna see a
Yeah, this is gonna be smart. There he goes. Got the powder off. Just a piece of
nothing
heart.
special.
Just a piece of heart, though. Finalflame starting the blacksmith route. Really needs to head to Turtle Rock, though.
Hopefully he takes that purple chest from here too and gets his
His Eastern Big Key.
Eastern Big Key. Yeah, that's what it is. I knew there was something there. I forgot what it was for a second.
But yeah, we're approaching an hour. Make sure to give these guys a follow, by the way. These guys are doing an excellent race for you guys. And while you're at it, make sure to give Walter here a follow as well as our restreamer Death Star. And I guess those commentators too could use a follow as well. And there's another key to Dark Palace for Finalflame. And how many? He used that for him? That's a second. Alright, so we're now seeing the first check of Hobo here. Hobo is 50 rupees, and we're seeing Grove Ledge. That's just a compass, not necessary. And now we're gonna see the waterfall cave being checked by Dragonmaster. This could be big, but we shall see. Small key to Ganon's Tower. Small key to Dark Palace. That is the 4th for Dragonmaster. They have all the keys they need. The small keys, rather, to full clear Dark Palace. Still needs the big key, though. And at the Zora, there is a small key, so this is somewhat important. And we have not seen Zora, apparently. I thought we did.
No, not yet.
Interesting. So we're gonna see what they have over here real quick.
Oh, he did get Zora, but he didn't get the rest of the stuff here, I guess.
He must have walked this right. So what is this small key on Zora's ledge? It is Turtle Rock small key number 4. So it has to be. So if we want to force double dip into Turtle Rock, the big key.
That was a forced double dip into Turtle Rock. You were supposed to go in, get your flippers. Oh wait, no, those were in Paradox Cave. Never mind.
Yeah, there was a
Okay.
Paradox.
I was thinking they were in Turtle Rock for half a second. That was
No.
to go up the mountain, anyways. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, you probably could have. Well, I mean, I guess we still have to find the big key though. So depends where they find that.
Yeah, the big key is going to be the important thing to find here, folks. And looks like Dragonmaster is going to make the play onto Swamp. So we'll know that if this hookshot is double, if this was a force double
I'm
dip.
gonna stop by Cave 45 first. You missed this first time through.
What is K45? I call it.
Sorry, yeah, south of the Grove Ledge. Yeah, a lot of people call that Cave 45 from. I don't know. I think it was just what the image was named for the unnamed cave or whatever. People started calling it Cave 45.
I don't know the history of this. All I know is that that old name sucks. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Anyway, final fight checking Zora. Dragonmaster is now back on course. We'll be heading to Swamp Palace rather for that. Words. Oh, that's what Zora had. Only 10 arrows. Alright, so the first chest here in Swamp is gonna be key. It is the big key to Turtle Rock! So the double dip is not required. Actually, no, it's a double dip regardless. It's one of those catch-22 double dips. Because you had a double dip either... You had a double dip one in order to full clear the other in one trip. Because you wouldn't be able to finish...
Right, yeah, you needed to get the key from Swamp from Turtle Rock, or you needed to get the big key for Turtle Rock from Swamp. So
Yeah,
you could have done one or the other, but
yeah, in terms of doing double dips, I like doing.
Knowing what each of those two dips were, I'd take that swamp double dip. Be able to full clear. Because they also don't have the swamp big key. So they will be leaving the chest behind, so it's not a full clear.
Actually, I would have liked to do the Turtle Rock double dip because it's an earlier double dip than what you would expect. Only being able to check the first 4 or 5 chests in the dungeon. And then you can just go straight
Yeah,
there.
I guess going into swamp for just the one chest does kind of suck.
Well, even then, you're leaving basically. You have to have a swamp behind if you don't have the hook shot. Whereas the way that Dragonmaster did it, he left about 2/3 of skull of Turtle Rock behind, which is not that much time loss. And he can skip all of the checks he's made thus far. And put himself into a half go mode for the first floor.
Yeah, I guess.
And that also gets back to if they had to do a second dip in the swamp, they'd have to do all the switch pulling all over again. And that just slowed them down.
Yeah, the process of switching over the dam is a bit, but so is the process of getting up the mountain near Turtle Rock and into Turtle Rock.
I wasn't even considering the dam. I was considering these water switches here in the dungeon.
Oh, yeah. If you went that far in, I was talking like if you were just dipping. Oh, pendant on.
Pendant on Lamolas. What if I decided to go straight in and attack this boss?
So is it going to be Skullwoods or Turtle Rock as our last pendant or crystal? Which do you clear first to get the information?
Skullwoods.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Hands down, Skullwoods. Because even though we had the big key to Turtle Rock on Dragonmaster, not Finalflame. And the lamp also in okay, it's lamp in desert. That's also important. So yeah, swamp is the faster check, regardless. And seems Finalflame is going to take their extra keys and dip in a pot again?
I guess so. Maybe mirror over to the light world and finish off Eastern. Check those last couple items.
I mean, that works too, but I would have just get that final bit of knowledge. Because they know it's either Skullwoods or Turtle Rock at this point. They have to. They've gotten the same information the Dragonmaster has. Heck, no, they have more information because they actually defeated the Lamolas.
Yep. Yep, switching over to light world, I called it. Going into Eastern.
What do we got here? More
Finished.
bombs. So, if you like menus...
They're alright.
Do you like seeing the same start menu over and over?
Not so much.
Well, unfortunately for you, we're about to see that because we are going to menu bot us Argos here, unless they go for spin strats.
Good old fighter sword Argus.
Menu boss it is. This fight.
He's not even double pulling them. This is painful.
I mean, I don't know double pull, and I'm going for menu to be honest either. And I looked away.
It's not that bad, but you kind of have to. I mean, once you're down to a few, you do kind of have to start single pulling them anyways, because you know there's only so many on a side or whatever. But it's nice to like hook one, step up a step, and pull another one, and then switch to the hammer. You get 2 to kill there before you got to switch back to the hook.
Yeah. Now I looked away. What was in the big chest in Eastern?
I couldn't tell you. I was too transfixed by the up and down menus on Dragon Master's side.
Big 20. Thank you, Walter. And here we go. Menu boss is done. Cannot slash Argos though with the fighter sword. The only boss that takes damage from the fighter sword is blind. And ironically, that's where the second sword is, and that would have made things a whole lot easier for Dragon Master. Get to compass to Dark Palace. And not quite. Finalflame tried to go for the quick kill there and unfortunately missed. And Armos Knights have a small key to Dark Palace.
That was handy. That was exactly what he needed considering his routing. So that should open up the rest of the items aside from the big chest for him. He just needs to find that pod big key.
And we are seeing Ice Palace being checked from Dragon Master.
Interesting.
And
I mean, it is a crystal, and he does have everything he needs to get through it and kill Cold Stare, so.
And we've got something interesting here. This is a perfect example, by the way, of the music being changed. We're here in Dragon Master. It is a pendant theme, but we can clearly tell by our tracker that it is the red crystal. And Pengators, not too much of a threat. Getting some bombs. Finalflame, almost out of ammo.
Yeah, he had a bit of a rough Armos Knights fight there.
I would expect it as much without having the
Silvers.
Messing up the quick kill is what I was gonna say, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too. I mean, it's not really a quick kill. You still need 18 arrows for it. But
well, you skip the last
it's a good pattern that you don't miss many shots on.
Well, it's a quick kill in that you don't have to worry about the red Armos ever appearing.
Well, he still appears. You just kill him instantly.
No, actually, when he appears, he regenerates all his health. You kill him before he ever turns red.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, he regenerates his health when he turns red. Gonna check the harmless Hellway first. And there's our fire shield. Oh, this is nice. Finalflame setting up for the hammer yump. We'll be doing that instead of wasting the bomb, but realizes he's out of position. Too much time wasted there. Rubies on the Ice Palace chest. And a nice bomb Harry Ump from Finalflame. we'll see these two items now. 300 rupees. Now, this is the item we did not know because it was in the dark. It was indeed just an arrow booster.
Upgrade.
And he can check one more chest. Or did he already check the big key chest?
I don't think he did. They got the one underneath it before.
Yeah. He left it behind.
Unfortunate, but he's gonna make another trip in there anyway, so hopefully he
Oh,
does that. Oh, we got book for the green pendant.
Hey, I left this book there, but I need to show you courage so I can return it.
Trading an antique for an antique.
But as far as pedestal goes, most of the hype is dead.
Yeah, let's see what could possibly be there.
We had the pod big key on dragonmaster side, so I think it was an ice. Yeah.
What was on the library? Wasn't it the key?
Just a key, so...
Could be a boot situation, although what do we have left that still even needs a key?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Oh, wait. Hera. We do not have the big key for Hera yet.
yeah, a big key, yeah. But I thought it was just a small key in library.
Yeah, small key in library. But what about pedestal? What about the pedestal, X-Rock?
I'm thinking.
It could... The only thing that's progression bay is the Tower Hera big key. That's the only thing we need. Because
Yeah, yep.
Because even if it's
Ganon's tower key too. Ganon's tower key, big key.
Yes. So there are 2 big keys we are looking out for. Technically 3 because we also need the one for Ice Palace, but that's just a stipulation.
I mean, we could have the Hera or Ganon's tower big key in that chest. So.
So what I'm saying, yeah, but what I'm saying is, Ice Palace could also have a required big key here, but we don't need it. We can just bomb jump.
Oh yeah, as far as clearing the dungeon, no, it's not necessary.
And here we go with the Ice Palace boss fight, Cold Stare. And over on the other side, Finalflame was going to burn the moth. And given that they had the book, they will most likely check pedestal after defeating the moth.
I would hope so. It's a good time to get this in.
Oh, this is gonna be big. Hammer Cold Stare.
Yeah, and he kind of got away from the beginning there too. Oh, he had his fun with the hammer. Dumps out his magic on the fire rod.
And reloads. And both bosses are down. Cold Stare has a piece of heart. As does Mothula.
Sync boss.
And they both have crystals! That means Turtle Rock's not required!
Turtle Rock is a pendant. Yeah, we won't probably be going well.
Turtle Rock is the blue pendant.
Finalflame kind of needs to make that dip. He needs that swamp key. Doesn't need the Thieves' Town key so much. That chest didn't have anything.
Finalflame, where are you going?
Oh, no, dude, check the pedestal.
You're denying us the pedestal hype. Come on. Rude.
Denying himself the knowledge.
They do have everything they need for all the pendants. Every pendant is in logic right now.
Yeah, they've got everything they need to be able to clear Turtle Rock. That's the last pendant dungeon they need to clear.
Every pendant dungeon has everything they need, Death Star. I didn't say crystal. I didn't say all dungeons. I said pendant dungeons. They can full clear all 3.
Dragon Master finally gets his Master Sword.
Yes. Been about time he checked this thieves' area.
Getting a graveyard ledge check.
So, getting back to the whole double dipping T-Rock versus double dipping Swamp. In this case, double dipping T-Rock is the safe play because you'll only need to go in there once. And that's just for the hook shot. Whether or not it has the Terra Big Key later, well, Sonic found his boots. Gotta go fast. Oh yeah, the Lambos do require that small key for logic. I almost forgot about that. Still, I don't wonder why Finalflame did not check pedestal. Is he going back? No, he's checking Bonk Rocks. Inside Bonk Rocks, we have the powder. And Finalflame will be checking the powder here in just a moment. You know, Dungeon, or Dragon Master rather, let's write the name there, is checking through Thieves Town. He'll be full clearing the dungeon. This is getting kind of interesting. So let me go ahead and go lay down the situation here. Finalflame needs to dip into Pendant and Turtle Rock and get the hook shot. And they will be in, and then look for the big key to Tower Hera. Save for the small key to Desert, we have all 3 pendants in logic, but no pedestal check. And we got a small key
in library.
And the small key to library is the one in Desert Palace! Never mind what I just said! Pedestals in logic! Pedestal is in logic. The question is it worth it?
I mean, we might not find out because Finalflame might not check for until it's his last option. Meanwhile, Dragon Master still has to go to the back end of Skullwoods and get his bow.
Well, the information to getting the pedestal check is locked behind Eastern. So maybe he thinks that the book does not lead to progression because it was not locked behind Sarhasala, but that's just the opposite. It can absolutely lead to progression.
Yeah.
Checking Bombos first. And again, surprised that they did not check Mofula after doing that. I'm going to have to ask him about that later.
Bombs on Bombos.
And opening up desert normally. Gonna go check the other 2 items over on the right side. Dragonmaster gets their small key to Skull Woods. Yeah, I slurred my words there a bit. It's late at night, folks. Give me a little slack. Tempered! For Finalflame. No Master Sword strats for him.
Yeah, Tempered Sword is a good sword to find.
That is huge considering what he has left to do. That makes an easy Argos.
Ye cold stare.
Yeah.
Moldworm too.
And we will be going into Mire. Has the means to full clear Mire as well.
Yeah, it's something he's got everything he needs for.
And I think they were waiting, and I think Finalflame was waiting for a better weapon to fight, like, the Vitreous Whip. Can't get
Yeah,
anything
that could be.
ruined. Right. Now, unfortunately for him, he's going to start losing his what little advantage he has left. Because his opponent that is item go mode for Dragon Master. Does not need anything else. Silver's might be nice. There's the big key to Hera! So now we are just missing the Ganon's Tower big key for a true go mode for either runner. Finalflame still needs to dip Turtle Rock for the hook shot. And the last... So now, as far as pedestal is concerned, it can only be one thing that makes it even relevant.
It's the Ganon's Tower Big Key.
Exactly. There's the map to Ganon's Tower. Not necessary in this because it doesn't give you any extra information, unlike most of the other maps. Dragon Master has slain Mafula.
There's the mirror. Oh, he doesn't have the book though.
Nope. Book was, I think?
That was behind the green pendant.
Yeah, book was behind the green
He's
pendant.
got his bow. He's got to go make use of that.
Swag net.
Safety net.
But Dragon Master is heading the right way. Because the lamp was in desert. And that'll point him towards Eastern, which will give him the green pendant, which will give him the book.
And pod. He's got all he needs to full clear that too at this point.
And there's another map there. Does not need it. Which is strange considering he does not know that Turtle Rock is the last pendant just yet. We only know this through trial and error. Bikita Swamp in Mire.
Well, the good news is he hasn't done Swamp yet, so we'll be able to get that on his first pass through.
Finalflame has all the keys they need. They just need to go to Turtle Rock to get the hook shot. But the question is, when do they do that? They have to go sooner than later. Once dragonmaster eventually makes that dip into Meyer, and they do have the hook shot, Finalflame is going to end up losing this race.
Well, there's still a bit before they're in go mode yet. We'll see what decisions get made here. It's not over yet.
If Dragonmaster goes into Meyer right now, he is in go mode.
Actually, yeah, I guess that would get him his,
That'll give him all the big keys that he would need. And he's about to get the lamp, which is the other item that is technically required, but most runners may not need. It is in the big chest. And unlike Finalflame, Dragonmaster does have the hookshot, so they don't need to worry about the entryway. So we'll see here. Cave is being pulled out for Vitreous. Dash strats. Very nicely done. And Dragonmaster is heading into Meyer. Finalflame is on the clock now. And he does not know it.
Yep, this,
He needs to go to Turtle Rock for the hook shot. Because we are in no mode at this point. As soon as Dragonmaster gets all the big keys that are in this Meyer, he will be in go mode. Conversely, all Finalflame needs is the hook shot, and he's in go mode. So it's coming down to the wire. And Dragonmaster's not wasting any time. Now the big key to Hera was in the chest. So once the big chest is checked for Dragonmaster, that is go mode for him. Did you just see that, X-Pac?
the rage slashes on the vanilla Cane O'Brien.
Yep. That's a rarity in Randomizer.
Yeah, not too often you get some true vanilla locations.
Now, where was Tempered for Finalflame again? Oh, it was on the left side, right side of Desert.
Right, yeah.
That is the only advantage Finalflame has right now. And he is booking it. Going to enter Tower Hera. and ascend. Meanwhile, dragonmaster is taking their time.
Finalflame still has to do Swamp and Ice Palace after this, and Palace of Darkness, which Dragonmaster
And
also has. So it's still all
Finalflame's
dungeons
time
behind.
advantage is running out. There is the key to Tower Hera. Dragonmaster is in go mode.
Let me check a few more easy chests here. I'm sure they'd love another sword upgrade or some silvers.
We know there's nothing left in the dungeon. There is red mail there for Finalflame. There is one more advantage Finalflame has. I just now remembered. Dragonmaster does not know which pendants are which. He does not still have the information that we do.
Yeah, he might not know completely that he's in go mode as far as that knowledge.
Actually, no, wait. He does know. He did the same thing that gave us the information that Turtle Rock was the final pendant. He slayed them off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so he should know.
And that map will give Finalflame without a shadow of a doubt that he has to go to Turtle Rock. That should be the big hint. Even if Dragon opened the front of Pod, he only needs one key. And if he's got that one key, he's good. And I'm pretty sure he's picked up at least one more at this point. Finalflame is entering Turtle Rock.
Ooh, Dragon Master depleting
No,
his
wait, he's
arrow
not.
stash here. Uh-oh. Checking out Shark Cave first. Not a bad play.
Oh, be careful there, Dragon Master. He doesn't have the hook shot, though. Five arrow boost for Dragon Master. Gets their crystal. And at this point, combined with the information from Sarasala and the map that they have for Hera, they know that Hera is their last dungeon.
No, Heron.
Has 6 crystals. There's no way he does not know. Gonna stock on my potions real quick. Oh, so let's do pot as well. I almost forgot about that. But they also know pot is a 5/6. Finalflame. Is getting their hook shot. They need to clear 3 dungeons. Dragon Master needs to just clear 2. And unfortunately for Finalflame, he can go straight through to Helmsor King without any issues. Oh, wait, Finalflame is not in go mode, I just realized. Where was the pod big key again? It was an ice palace. He does not realize it. He's got to go to ice now.
And he may get distracted by swamp.
Exactly. So I hate to say
Although
it, but
he's gonna have to do either. But yeah, finding that key in ice would put him in go mode, I think.
I hate to say it. I think this is Dragon Master's race to lose.
Yeah, this is looking.
This is looking pretty grim for Finalflame. Has to go to ice.
And is instead dipping back into.
The consolation here is that Finalflame can only go so far into Turtle Rock before they get key blocked. They do not have the big key.
I mean, it only stops him from going through that last little bit all the way to. Or wait, no, you're right. What am I thinking? Big key door.
Yeah, there's a big key door right after the big chest.
Still like half the dungeon though, and this big backtrack through the lava room there.
All right, here comes Helmsor King.
4 keys actually. You could check this vanilla chest, probably will.
Yeah, he can check this vanilla chest. And he can also check Mimic Cave, and then that's going to be the end of their trip. And there's the small key to Dark Palace.
I think that was the 6th one. Yeah.
And there down goes Helmsor King. And Helmsor King drops the small key to Castle Tower.
Here's our Aghanim access.
Not that we need it anymore.
Long past that.
Yeah, at this point, Aghanim is either guarding a small key to ice, which is not possible. Actually, now that I think about it, so never mind. Yeah, the only small keys he could be guarding is the small key to Hera, or this really matters. It could also be the Meyer small key. So we're being trolling Finalflame there a little bit.
Yeah, just taking a sword beam hit, not actually the sword slash.
Comes to Hera. Now this is a good routing choice from Dragon Master. He's instead going to go to Ganon's tower, and then mirror in front of Hera. That way they can just use their mirror portal to go straight to Ganon's tower from Hera.
Yep. It's a good dungeon to leave as your last one.
It's a good dungeon to have as your last one, if it's randomized. Finalflame going to ice. Wait. Whew. as Dragon Master makes his approach to Ganon's tower. The only saving grace Finalflame has, and it's a very small one, is the fact that Dragon Master has to do Master Silverless. But we are an hour and 46 minutes in, folks. Our runners are getting close to being done. But make sure to give them a follow. Oh, here. Dragon Master on the left, Finalflame on the right. And while you're at it, make sure to give us here on the in the commentary booth here, X-Rock, my co-com, and myself, Wolfling0370, a follow. And let's also not forget our excellent tracker, Waldo the Fourth, and our restreamer, Deathstar175, for making sure this race gets broadcast to you tonight. Boss that he needs to fight before sending the tower, Trolldorm. And oh, not quite a perfect strike for Finalflame in the Penguin Bowling Room, as I love to call it. I only call it that if you can't actually do the spin strike. Dragon Master gets the Mad to Short Rock, not that he needs it. That is Dragon Master's 7th crit. We play a game, but now here's a question I want to pose to you, X-Rod. Do you think Dragon Master will dip the basement a little bit, looking for maybe silvers or a sword upgrade?
No, I don't think he'll go into the basement at all. He might check all the ones on the last 4 up top there, but I don't think anybody with the keys going into.
I mean, if it were me in this situation, I'd probably at least check the Stalfos room, because that's relatively quick, along with the 2 chests on the right side. But after that, I would just say, nope, I'm going to commit to the Master Sword and Silverless Ganon fight. And the pod community key hasn't picked up for Finalflame. They are now officially in go mode. But again, it might be too little too late, as Dragon Master's already starting their ascent.
Having a little bit of trouble with those mimics, but eventually gets them down.
Yeah. Good thing, too, that was his last arrow. Dragon Master is now approaching the gauntlet. We want to find pounds another 300. Get some healing here. Nice snipe on the Zazak. Yeah, this is gonna be a very hard Ganon for Dragon Master the way he's equipped. So we shall see if they can pull off Master Sword Silver Scan. They're mostly for at least attempt the fourth Butter Sword. Meanwhile, you're seeing the Cold Stare fight on Finalflame's end. And here we go with the Stalfos room. Very cleanly done. Cold Stare down for Finalflame.
Nice bit of patience there from Dragon Master on the bridge. Waited for his gap and then slipped right through him.
Very nicely done. Alright, time to light the torches here. No Boots has to take this slow. Finalflame heading to Dark Palace. We'll be fighting them. Helmets are King. Meanwhile, Heart Container and 20 rupees for Dragon Master. Not what he wanted to see.
No, the heart container ain't bad.
He's looking for another means of dealing damage to Ganon. Money's not what you want to see either.
No, money's definitely not of use at this point.
Well, I mean, if he needs the potions to handle the Master Sword Silverless fight.
That's true. I mean, he had like 800 beforehand. He already had money for it, but yeah, having more money for potions if you want to resupply is not a bad thing. Oh, takes a fall.
Falls the Troll Dome, unfortunately. And unfortunately, this Troll Dome's a little bit more mean. He drops you onto spikes.
Some of the time.
Pretty much all the time. I don't know a single spot on this field that will not drop you into spikes.
I think there's several. I think it's only about half the spots you fall actually drop you on spikes. Unless I'm completely remembering it wrong, but
Well, then again, I have never dropped off any singular spot. In particular.
more money in the validation chest.
So that means the silvers are either in the basement or somewhere out there in the overworld. We don't know.
And there are a few places that we did not get to see.
But Dragon Master getting knocked around like a pinball there. Just a little bit. Nice quick triple stun. So here we go. It is time for Aga 2. So he's finishing boostless, silverless, and Master Sword. This is going to be a heck of a... Alright, got a single hit in. Nice double. Man, Aga's not playing nice with these patterns.
No, he really doesn't sometimes.
Well, Aga 2 is down, and now it is time for Dragon Master to fight the pig. Master Sword Silverless. Now, I have to ask you, Extra, if you were in Dragon Master's position, would you check the big bomb first? Just in the off chance you have vanilla silvers.
I've got one left. I probably give Ganon a shot, but he's getting his mirror out. He's probably is he going? Oh, getting his portal down low there. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, going to buy potions. Needs to stock up.
So I think he still had one left, but yeah, buying the second one, not a bad idea when you don't have half magic.
Yeah, this fight can get pretty intensive on your resources. And again, the silver at our half magic. Our tempered sword was boots locked. And for all we know, the silvers are right there inside the cracked wall. Well, we're about to find out. Here we go with Dragon Master's silverless Ganon fight with Master Sword. And breakfast.
So Finalflame still got to make his way through Swamp. This is going to take him a couple minutes.
Yeah, won't be too much longer. And Dragon Master is in phase 2. Has to be careful. Those fire bats hurt like hit like a truck. If he gets a favorable word from Ganon, this is one. I would mirror. Not to do that.
Yeah, I would have used the cape and burned up some of that magic first before hitting that potion. He had a good spot to get some double spins off there, but...
Yeah, speed up this second phase significantly. Once again, another good time to use the cape.
Although at this point he's probably worried about saving that magic now because he only got one potion left. Phase 3.
Phase 3, so he doesn't have to worry about using his magic anymore. Really wants to get Torch Glitch here.
Yep. I could very easily make or break this attempt for him. That was close to a fall.
And a very cooperative Ganon. Silvers are in the tower. They were in the basement.
Got the Torch Glitch. Even if you gotta spam like 4 shots of lamp for it. Better safe than sorry.
Yes, now how Silverless works here, folks, for those of you who don't know, he has to hit him just as he begins teleporting. It is an oversight in the coding that Ganon is vulnerable to spins at that time. So Silverless is technically a glitch, but it is allowed. It has to do 24 spins. Ideal pacing, you can get 3 hits in per lamp cycle. Ganon blocking the lamp there, not allowing it to get relit. All right, Dragon Master will be finishing any second now. Provided he does not fall.
Down to the last few hits here. Might not even need to use that other potion he's got.
You might use it if he gets a little risky. But we aren't even talking about the other glitch that was involved, the cord glitch. But it doesn't matter because Dragon Master has slain Ganon Silverless as Finalflame grabs their last crystal. GG to our runners. And Dragon Master... Go ahead.
Yeah, Dragon Master finishes with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 44 seconds.
Almost a sub 2 Silverless Master Sword. That is impressive.
Yeah, with any other upgrade for that fight, the Silvers or a Tempered Sword, that probably would have been under sub 2.
For
or
sure.
A sub 2, I should say, not under.
See if I can get in for an interview. Alright, we shall get Dragon Master in here shortly. Meanwhile, Finalflame will begin their Death Mountain climb and proceed to climb the tower as a result. But yeah, give it up for these runners one more time. They did an excellent job. And I see Dragon Master in this setup room smithy. Let's go ahead and pull him in.
Welcome.
And congrats on your win there, Dragon Master. Do you know what temper was in the logic?
Oh, where was tempered?
You had to go to Graveyard Ledge to get the boots. Then you had to go get the Desert Small Key from library.
I can see where rabbit hole this is going down.
And then it was just on the right side of desert.
Yeah, compass chest.
Oh, that's evil. I almost went to Graveyard Ledge too, since I was said, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I won't check it.
And you want to know where Half Magic is? That would have probably helped you out.
Okay, where?
I believe, if I recall right, it was on the bow route of Palace of Darkness. And how we know this is because your opponent got both.
Oh. Yeah, I thought about taking the bow route, just looking to see maybe, okay, it's not that much longer to go that direction since, I mean, I'm in go mode, but I would love to find, like, Temper, just because I don't have to deal with Master Sword Ganon.
Master Sword Silverless Ganon, and Silvers were, unfortunately for you, in the base. I was actually mentioning to X-Rack, maybe you should have checked those first 6 chests, the 2 on the right and then the 4 in the Stalfos room.
I considered it, but the thing that put me more to just say, I'm just going to go, was I felt like I was actually behind. The only thing I said that brought me back was finding the hookshot in Turtle Rock.
Well, your opponent is looking for arrows. So maybe we'll see where this Silver Arrows is.
Not gonna dig up Ganon's yard.
Yeah, we both had the shovel here. So, that was kind of interesting here. We were talking about the double dip pod versus double dip swamp, and it turns out you made the absolute right call.
Yeah. The whole pod play with 2 keys, I said, let's just YOLO it. I mean, I'm gonna do it. Let's just see what's in here.
Yeah, that was an interesting play, and that paid off pretty well. You both went into pod around the same time. Finalflame was not too far behind, but he had like a bunch more keys when he went in.
Yeah.
So he...
Oh my goodness!
Oh, sword was on pedestal.
So there was your butter.
There's the sword. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that sword too.
Well, I mean, the other one wasn't that bad. You just had to do a little bit more work.
Yeah, Yeah, I think the part that also made me feel behind was Meyer was open for pretty early, actually, after fighting Quake. And I said, I didn't want to do Meyer in the dark and Vitreous with, like, green mail and fighter sword, no bow.
Yeah, Vitreous is definitely one you don't want to do under-equipped. If you don't have the right tools for the job, that one's...
That
As,
just felt
as
like,
messy as that boss looks, pile of eyeballs just sitting in slime.
that felt like a bad idea. I mean, I could have gone in and cleared it, but then it's like, I really want to finish the dungeon because I can finish it. I've got the big key. And the dark room, I mean, I could do the dark room. It's just I'd rather not.
Yeah, some dark rooms are like that. You really don't want to have to do more than you have to.
It was actually funny when I... Oh, gloves? Okay, I guess I don't need to do that now.
You cut out there for quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, I think Discord's having one of those nights, I think.
Discord, one of those nights.
Yeah. So, can confirm the silvers were on the right side of Ganon's tower. Basement. Your opponent, Finalflame, is desperately looking for arrows.
You can get some in the next teleporter. Oh, but he missed it. Oh no.
They need at least a few more.
There's the ones in Bob's room.
Yeah, there's enough in, like, those 5 will get him through that first room, and then there's 5 in the room with the next 2 mimics.
But cannot miss, and I think he did miss a couple
You can miss one. Oh, there's another 5. He's good.
I think he's gonna keep checking the chest though.
I mean, at this point, he's lost the race, and he knows that. So why wouldn't you just keep checking and make the Ganon fight a little bit easier for you?
I mean, since we know silvers are there, they gotta be somewhere.
I mean, he doesn't necessarily know that, but yeah, we know that.
I mean,
Hopefully he finds them.
I had fun. The start, I felt like I was just making some one-off plays and just dumb routing. But
Yeah,
then after I found the hook shot, I felt like, okay, I'm good now.
Yeah, you seemed a little behind at the start there, but you did start to pull ahead pretty quickly after that Turtle Rock area.
I just didn't want to go over to the eastern area. That's all.
See. Besides the whole Master Silverless. Yeah, it seems we have lost a Dragon Master once again.
No, I'm here. I'm back. It's Discord.
Yeah, but getting back to my question though,
you cut out.
Walk us through the seed here. What, besides the Master Silverless, how was it?
It felt like it could troll. I mean, especially where the hookshot was in Turtle Rock. It's like you get instant payment if you just jumped in Turtle Rock right there. And same with Hyrule Castle. I think Hyrule Castle was required without a sword. I'm trying to remember. Oh, wait, no, there was a sword in Thieves Town.
Yeah, and it was required without a sword.
Yeah.
Because it had the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, true. That's true. It was. Yeah. So yeah, it was required.
And all the swords, in some way, shape, or form, were locked by Darkworld access.
Ooh, that's evil.
Because you had to get to Graveyard Ledge, which required the mirror, and to go to Darkworld. One was at Pedestal, and you had to do Turtle Rock. And the other 2 were in Darkworld dungeons.
Nope.
So yeah, you had to do a swordless escape.
I mean, you had the hammer for it, so it wasn't too bad. But...
Yeah, I mean, that's true. You had the hammer.
So...
I think one of the mistakes I meant to do, but I skipped it, was I meant to jump in Thieves Town and just check the first 4 originally. I think if I would choose an error, that was my big error, was not jumping in Thieves early.
So I kind of want to chastise Finalflame a bit. Because they found book, did not check pedestal after defeating Mothula.
Oh no.
So the only reason we knew that the pedestal was a sword is because of your end screen.
Yep, he denied us a pedestal check a couple times, and you were close, but you didn't have the book yet, which
I
was
didn't have
locked
the book.
behind Sahasrar's green pendant turn-in for clearing Armos Knights.
Oh yeah.
And and the Cane of Burnham was also found. You want to know where that was?
Eastern of Armos?
Nope. Fight Cave.
Oh, Fight Cave. Wow, so you need
Vanilla.
Cape to get Cape in a bottle to get to the Cave of Burnham. Okay.
In its vanilla location, I might add. That's where it is normally.
This sucks.
Yeah. And we did confirm where the powder was as well.
Oh, where was the powder?
I think that was also right side desert.
Yeah, everything in desert.
And again, the small key was just on the library, so.
Actually, the funny thing with desert, I completely forgot it was a pendant, so I just went and did it. And now that I think of it,
you didn't know.
I actually knew where all the crystals were, so by process of elimination, I had actually eliminated. I was just missing Turtle Rock and Desert for pendants.
Yeah, we knew once Finalflame just rolled right into Lamola's that where our last pendant was.
Oh
no, wait,
I just remembered. I would have just stolen the key into the right side.
Yeah, that would have given you the Temper Sword, actually.
Me-sads. Me-sads for me forgetting.
Not opening validation, although we know it's just 300.
There's a lot of money upstairs.
Yeah, that was a lot of pointless money at the end.
Oh no, actually, it's not so pointless when you're doing Master Silverless.
I was just saying, okay, you're gonna do Master Sword Silverless. Here, I have some money for you.
Yeah, potion money.
I mean, you did already have like 800. You had more than enough for the blue potions you were going to need, but
True.
it was superfluous money.
Yeah, the only things we didn't. Oh yeah, red mail was something you didn't find either. You want to know where that was?
What rabbit hole was that in?
Actually, it was in Hera. Could have grabbed it on the big chest. Could have grabbed it on your way up.
Oh man, the red mail. What are you doing there? Why couldn't you be in the front chest?
I don't know. But you're not moving on. As a matter of fact, this was the last week of Swiss for you.
Yep.
But did you enjoy your time here?
I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't complain too much because I think both Mentos and Azazaz, the two that beat me, I think they're both in the qualifier race, in the big race off, if I remember their records.
Yes.
So I cannot complain for the two losses that I had. And to finish with the winning record, it's better than I did in the Swiss rounds and for the Fall Open, so progress.
Yep, that's...
This week, the big race in the Navy GT versus Andy over on Speed Gaming 1. It is a 3-1 to 4-0 match. If Andy loses, we will have 2 slots open for our play-in race mosh pit. If Andy wins, it'll only be 1.
But then again, 32 people out there wanting him to lose.
That's right. But then again, here's the catch-22. You have to get 32. It's gonna be 2 slots with Andy in the mix. But yes, later on we will have Ice Blue versus Manual 1907. I don't know what. We do have a restreamer for that. That'll be on Link to Pass Randomizer 1. And then you'll actually be on the mic later tonight for a quad race on Speed Gaming 3, aren't you, X-Rock?
Yeah, as soon as this wraps up, I'm gonna have to run for a quick break here, but I'm gonna be back on the mic for the 11 o'clock one there.
Yep, and the races are Sigmaston and Brewers Fan going at each other, along with Check Human and Ivan. These are both 2. Andy.
I think you're going to say 2 and 2 races.
Yeah, 2 and 2. 2 wins, 2 losses. Everyone except are on that record except for DT and Andy. And stay tuned because we've still got a few more days left of Swiss round matches. So make sure to give all of the Link to the Past Randomizer stations a follow, as well as Speed Gaming as well, just to make sure you don't miss any of the Link to the Past Randomizer action.
Yeah, pretty loaded schedules on Thursday and Saturday here.
And we have Finalflame doing tempered silverless, which is going to be a little bit easier. I think it's 12 spins.
Which is a lot easier, but still plenty of time to take a few hits or get knocked off or something.
Yes.
Ganon loves his hugs.
And the pig is dead.
And Finalflame is done. Finishing in second place with a time, an official SRL time, of 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 17 seconds. And we will be getting him in here in an interview momentarily. All right. Finalflame?
Yes.
Were you worried that you left silvers in the validation chest?
At that point, I really didn't care. I was like, you know what? I've lost. I need to practice silverless.
Well, I'm going to have good news and bad news. Good news is...
They were in the validation chest, weren't they?
No.
Okay.
They were somewhere in
Bloody.
basement that you skipped.
Yeah, it was on the right side of basement.
Yeah, when I was off trying to find arrows.
Yeah, the bad news is that was actually some extra potion money if you needed it.
Probably did, but two major errors that run. One was running out of arrows, and the second is I mismarked my tracker at the beginning of the run. I remembered getting the Swamp Palace small key, and later on I looked at my tracker and went, wait a second, it's not marked, and I even opened up my menu and went, what the heck, it's not on there, I must have messed that up. And I spent the rest of the run until after I checked that extra chest and pod, and I opened it back up again to double check, and I went, wait a second, no, it's there! Crap, how long have I been in go mode? I was pissed at myself at that point.
You were not in go mode, actually, until you got that hook shot at the very least. And even then, you still needed the pod big key out of ice.
Yeah, I know I checked some extra stuff, and, I avoided Ice Palace simply because I didn't have the hook shot or a small key, so I figured, alright, let's wait till some of this is in logic before I actually step foot in there.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know the bomb jumped to the right side, and I didn't really feel like messing with it.
If it's any consolation, you did find the powder, the boots, the book, which, by the way, you did not check pedestal. That kind of irked me a little bit.
I went to Skull Woods assuming it was the third pendant, and I was going to blind pull, and when I got the crystal, I'm like, well, screw it. I guess I'm not checking pedestal. Worst, if I can get the Turtle Rock big key, I'll blind pull.
Would you like to know what's at pedestal, or is it already there for you?
Sure, tell me. I don't know yet.
The unknown sword.
Aha!
You want a stick of butter?
Nah, I was fine with my tempered.
Yeah, you actually had you had the equipment advantage over Dragonmaster here. You had tempered, you had red mail, you even had the half magic. But
I did a lot of extra double dipping and going to places I didn't need to, but
yeah.
The book was kind of unfortunate because it was actually nothing but Wild Goose Chase. You didn't need to clear Eastern and get that book and check those tablets at all, so...
Yeah.
And I didn't waste too much time with the tablets, at least.
But at least Sonic ended with his boots.
Yep. And did you like my hesitation on Moth? Like 3 times I was partway there and I went, no, I will die. and so I put it off till way
Yeah,
too
I
late.
saw that first one. The first one I understand with only 5
Yeah,
hearts.
the, the first one, I went and got the potion. I'm like, you know what? I'm not stepping foot in there without the potion.
Yeah.
And then I get there and I clear everything else and I get the bow and it's like, I'm still not really feeling too comfortable. And I got the progression from back here. I'll
Right,
leave
yeah,
it till
you
later.
got all the way to
'cause
the end there, yeah, and
yeah.
then you dipped out.
I knew that
Oh.
I'd be more mad at myself if I died than if I just left it alone and it had progression.
Right, and I get that entirely. I probably would have left too with only 5 hearts. It's like even with the mail upgrade, those spikes still do a whole heart of damage anytime you get hit, and those are
Yeah.
what do most of the damage to you in that fight. So
And as you saw, Moth did not really cooperate with me.
No,
Yeah.
it did not. But
Yeah,
this is the
I
last.
forgot about the bow.
But
I
yes,
forgot about going to that chest.
Ooh.
Finalflame, I asked this to Dragonmaster. I'm gonna ask this to you. You are done now with the Swiss stages. You are not moving on. How was the experience for you?
You know what? I enjoyed it. I came in joking I'd go 0-5. I realistically felt I would. My goal was to win one match, but I felt I could win 2. So anything beyond 2, I was happy, and that's why today I just partway through I sat there and went, you know what? I have so many options. Who cares if it's the right one? Let's just have fun. I reached my goal, which is why I decided, hey, let's blind pull Ped if this is a pendant. That's why I chose that path.
All
Yeah,
right.
it didn't bother me if I lost today.
All right, we've already read the schedule. I'm gonna be looking at that Andy DT race here in a little bit. But any final thoughts on the seed and as a whole from you two?
Yeah, the seed wasn't too bad.
Felt good practice. I had good practice with it, having to do Master Sword Silverless, several of the dark rooms. Felt good practice.
Yeah.
Oh, I was ready to do the dark rooms, and every time I get mentally prepared, there's the lamp. Guess I'm not practicing that today.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Once again, give a follow to these two runners. They put on an excellent show for us tonight. And also give a follow to our tracker, Walter the Fourth, and our reacher, Deathstar175. And for my co-commentator, X-Rock, I have been Wolfing Ghost Snow. And from all of us here at Elite Vest Randomizer, we shall see you all next time. And thanks for watching. Later, folks.
have a good night.